Wingate is what it is today because of the people that work there and the people that we work with in the communities that we work. Having people who have skills that are characteristics that are not taught are the skills that we seek out.
I've been with Wingate 10 years. We have seen really a transformation of not just the buildings, but in people's lives. Our families that live with us, while they're low income, they're all in places where they're trying to improve their quality of life. They're excited now that they're a part of the change.
It's exciting for us to be building attractive, well-designed housing with amenities, community rooms, educational and hangout spaces for the kids, computers. And the thing we learned that was most important to people's success, it helps kids do better in school, it leads to greater health outcomes. So to be able to do that in a community like the City Lights properties, it's really gratifying.
We are the side of the business that builds new projects. We're also out acquiring apartment buildings. What we're doing in Atlanta is made possible by virtue of the low-income housing tax credit program. Those tax credits then have real value, and that equity, which comes from the sale of those tax credits, is used to bring down the overall debt load of the property. Having a community that can serve both, where people live next door to each other, side by side, is really an ideal goal.
We focus on the need for affordable housing in Atlanta because we see that there's an acute need.
The Boulevard corridor is going to look significantly different than it looks today. And a lot of that is going to be a result of our new developments along this corridor. We will complete 4 or 5 additional phases of new development after the Station 496 development is completed. And again, we are going to maintain our affordable housing in the neighborhood, which is going to continue to allow the Old Fourth Ward to be a true mixed income community.
We wanted to be able to build a cohesive development that was interconnected so that residents could move back and forth easily to the amenities, to their neighbors. So we ended up building a bridge across the street. The neighbors loved it. It's very tall, so we can get fire trucks underneath it, and it's very fireproof, so we don't have any worries about that.
I had the real privilege of being the project manager for the Old Fourth Ward Master Plan. This was an initiative by the City of Atlanta to develop a strategy for sustainable, inclusive revitalization of the bigger neighborhood. We had an opportunity to work with Wingate, really guide them in ensuring that all future efforts related to City Lights and other Wingate holdings are really consistent with the values and vision of the neighborhood as described in the master plan.
What Mark wants to do is take the residents that's lived in the Old Fourth Ward and Bedford Pines to know that where we're building and we're starting new, here's a great opportunity. This is yours. Take it, own it, and do what you want to do with it and raise your children in so they'll know this is a wonderful place to live.
Once I met the Wingate team and Mark Schuster, and he shared his vision with me that we will have multiple new buildings here and be able to move our residents into a more modern, more efficient, and frankly, more beautiful building.
They're willing to invest in their residents, and I think that's very important, that it's not just an ability to say we're increasing the amount of units that we have, but we care about the residents. We want them to be in these neighborhoods, and we're excited to continue to work with them.
Many people don't get the opportunity to do what I do every day in the community they grew up in and try and keep the community coming up as opposed to seeing communities go down.
We are committed to moving forward in lockstep with our neighbors to improve the quality of life in this neighborhood.
Wingate is my home, and I am grateful for the fact that as many developers have come in, redeveloped, moved people out, Wingate said no. We're going to do what we can to keep the residents here.
We're happy to say that
we're going to continue to partner with Wingate and hopefully see that strategy to come to fruition and obviously see it play out a lot more. Thank you, Wingate.
We're listening to what the residents are saying, we're listening to what they consider home, and we're here to provide what it is that they need.
To be with an organization that really is putting its tenants, its employees first, and providing a way for them to connect and to excel, I think is a story worth telling.